everyone, it's Enjoy English School. I'm Chris Gorski.
I'm Antony.
Today is November 28th. Happy birthday to my wife. And it's our Just So You Know article. Are you canceled too?
好，我们今天要介绍的这个主题 Just So You Know 的生活快递里面，我们要介绍主题是 Cancel Culture， 然后主题呢上面写到 Are you canceled too? 你也被取消了吗？
That's right. So we're on pages 54 and 55. Let's read our subtitle. Anything and anyone can be canceled.
任何人事物都有可能被取消哦。
So this is true because Disney Plus almost canceled me yesterday because I forgot to pay and they keep sending me emails. We're going to cancel you. I'm like, okay, all right. I promise you I'll pay. I just don't want to do it right now.
You got canceled.
Yeah, Disney's really mad at me right now.
OK 所以老师有家有用那个 Disney Plus， 对不对？然后老师就说我这一期账单还没有急着缴嘛，然后他说你赶快缴钱，不然我们要 cancel， 我会把你这个账号取消掉咯。然后老师说来啊。
Yeah, they sent me a lot of emails. Like at first I was like, oh no, and then it's like email. I'm like, okay. 我还有好几个礼拜。
对。
So I'm not afraid of you, Disney. Come and get some. All right, let's get ready. Let's hear our story. And when we come back, let's learn about what's called cancel culture.
Are you canceled too? The term cancel culture has become more and more popular over the past few years. Cancel culture is used to describe the idea of removing someone from a certain group or no longer supporting that person publicly because they did something offensive. When this happens, that person is canceled. This often happens on social media, but can also occur in real life. The idea of canceling someone is nothing new. A 1981 song described breaking up with someone as canceling their love. Several years later, a movie character also talked about canceling his girlfriend. This movie made the term popular among African Americans who later started using it on Twitter. There are many different reasons why a group may want to cancel another person or company. It is most often done to call attention to something offensive, such as a racist comment. It can also be used as a way to teach the person a lesson or make them think about the consequences of their words or actions. Cancel culture is also used to hold people responsible and punish them.
Let's begin paragraph 1. The term cancel culture has become more and more popular over the past few years.
好，我们来看第一段的第一句话，他说 The term cancel culture。好，在这个地方我们先看一下 the term 的意思就是这个词汇。好 ，cancel culture 取消文化 has become more and more popular over the past few years。这边要特别注意一下，后面讲到 over the past few years， 在过去几年来，所以从过去的某个时间点一路到现在，所以它的时态我们常常会使用现在完成式 has become more and more popular。
This is, let me say this right now. This is a little bit of a dangerous term. 它不是骂脏话, like sometimes it's like that, right? This term cancel culture has a lot of feelings with it. Some people, if you have a certain political feeling, you might be okay with this idea, or it might make you really angry. Please be careful when you use this, especially with some foreigners. If you don't know what they feel about this term, some people might get really angry, even just talking about this.
所以说今天 cancel culture 这个词虽然它不是脏话，但事实上呢，它有机会，如果你用到这个词的时候，某一些外国人会汲取他们的情绪的反应，可能他们对于这个词在政治上的意涵啊，各方面，他会有一些比较激进的理解，所以在使用的时候，请要特别小心。
In English, this is called a hot button topic. Hot button, like button, you push a button, B-U-T-T-O-N. And then topic, 就是话题. Cancel culture is a very hot topic button with Americans, so please watch out. Okay?
没错。
All right, let's continue. Cancel culture is used to describe the idea of removing someone from a certain group or no longer supporting that person publicly because they did something offensive.
好，接下来告诉你 cancel culture 它这个意涵是什么。Cancel culture is used to describe 去描述 the idea of removing someone from a certain group. 好，要么就是把这个人从一个团体里头，把他移出来 ，or no longer supporting that person publicly. 好，或者是你在公开的情况下不再支持那个人。为什么呢 ？Because they did something offensive. 因为他做了一些冒犯别人的事情，或是让大家有引起众怒的事情。
Now you heard Anthony say offensive. I said offensive. Both are 100% fine. Pick up your pencils. Let's look at is used to. 小心这个不是被习惯了。你以前做什么？拍谁？你以前做什么 ？I used to 怎么样？这个是 used to. S 发 Z here. 小心 This looks like hey 我以前是怎么样？
没错。
Let's continue here. When this happens, that person is canceled. This often happens on social media, but can also occur in real life.
好，接下来告诉你说 ，when this happens， 好，当发生这种事情的时候呢 ，that person is canceled， 这个人就被取消了。然后他说 ，this often happens on social media， 它会有机会发生在这种社群媒体里面，你会看到有人被 cancel， 大家就不再追踪他了。或者是呢 ，but can also occur in real life， 在现实生活中也有机会发生哦。
Okay, so the term cancel culture is a very modern way of saying a boycott. This is actually a pretty old idea, but there's a new kind of feeling to it, maybe because boycotts for a long time were not so successful, and then 比较突然 they were more successful suddenly, so they had this new term. The original term boycott is spelled B-O-Y-C-O-T-T.
没错，所以事实上这个 cancel culture 也不是什么新的概念，因为这个字呢，其实原本我们还有另外一个字可以去形容这样子群起的去，就是不要支持某个人，我们叫做 boycott， 就是杯葛的意思 boycott。
So the first boycott was named after a man named Charles Boycott. He used to collect rent for his landlords that lived somewhere else, and people hated Charles Boycott.
好，所以这个 boycott 这个词呢，其实来自于一个人的人名，这个人叫做 Charles Boycott。那他的话其实是帮这个远房的这个人，这个房东去收租的，然后大家都非常讨厌他，所以就很要想群起的去反抗他这种感觉。
People in the past used to be farmers. Most people were farmers, and one year the crops were bad. There was not enough food, and so they couldn't sell their food. They did not have enough money, and so boycott forced 11 people to get out of the land, and this made people really upset because he was already terrible.
在以前那个时代的时候，大部分人都是农夫嘛，有的时候农夫就是看天吃饭的。有一年刚好这个收成不好，大家都没有收成很差，也没有太多的钱。但是呢，这个负责收租的这个 Charles Boycott 就叫其中11个佃农讲说你们交不出钱，那你们就滚蛋，你们就赶他们走这样子。
So people all agreed they would not talk to Boycott. They would not sit next to him in church. They wouldn't buy his crops. They wouldn't sell him things. They could not buy from his store. And more importantly, Boycott was also a farmer. They said, we will not help you pick your crops. So now he also can't make money.
哇，所以说原来这个 boycott 的 Charles Boycott 他本身也是一个农夫哦，所以大家就讲好说，好，我们决定了，我们不卖东西给他，然后也不买他的东西，然后上教堂也不坐在他旁边，甚至在收成的时候，我们也不去帮忙他收成，这样的话他也没有那么多人力可以去卖东西，他也赚不到钱了，他决定集体的去决定说，我要跟你用这种方式去抗议。
He became like a ghost in his own town. People would not even look at him. So he was so hated that Dowdy, ultimately, he had to leave Ireland. And today we still use his name as saying we will not work with this person because he's too terrible.
所以到后来最后呢，他在当地混不下去了，只好离开他的故乡这个 Ireland 爱尔兰这个地方。然后到后来我们还是用他的名字去告诉大家说，这个概念就是我们集体的不跟某一个人合作这样的感觉。
All right, with that, we understand boycotts and cancel culture. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we got paragraph 2. friends, welcome back to Enjoy English School. We're on pages 54 and 55. We're talking about our Just So You Know article, and it's called Are You Canceled Too? So we said that cancel culture is closely related to a boycott. Boycotts feel a little old-fashioned. Maybe young people like to say the term cancel culture. But Dowdy, please remember that cancel culture is a hot button topic. It's a little bit dangerous to talk about with some Americans.
没错，所以要特别记得。好，虽然 cancel culture 这个字是比较新的，我们有 boycott 这个字，但是 cancel culture 这样子的议题呢，事实上对于美国人来说，有些人对于这个议题非常的敏感，所以这是有的不太能直接讲的话题 ，hot button issue or hot button topic.
Let's continue to paragraph 2. The idea of canceling someone is nothing new.
好，接下来就在第二段，我们看到最开始他说 ，The idea of canceling someone is nothing new。那 cancel culture 也好 ，canceling someone 这个其实不是什么新的概念哦。
A 1981 song described breaking up with someone as canceling their love.
好，你看，在1981年的时候，有一首歌呢，他就提到了 to describe 去描述说 breaking up with someone 好。As canceling their love， 好，跟某人分手就好像取消他们的爱情一样。
Just like Disney is canceling me. So, I'm sorry, Mickey. I'm sorry. All right, let's continue. Several years later, a movie character also talked about canceling his girlfriend.
好，然后接下来呢，后几年，对不对 ？A movie character， 然后其中一个这个电影的主角呢 ，also talked about canceling his girlfriend。我要把我的女朋友取消掉，意思是我要甩了她。
This movie made the term popular among African Americans who later started using it on Twitter.
好，接下来告诉你说 ，this movie 啊，这个电影呢 ，made the term popular among African Americans。好，在这个非裔美国人里面呢，变成一个非常流行的语汇。Who later started using it on Twitter。好，接下来他们就在推特上面常常使用到 cancel 这个词。
Okay, so we need to talk about the word African Americans. 注意，特别 if you're going to go to the United States, because 事实上 you can talk to any American, and we will tell you that your race and your color is super important in the United States, and it's very sad that it's like that.
没错。事实上，很多时候呢，你会发现到这种族的这个议题呢，在美国还是有的时候会碰到一些。
不是有时候 it's a very important thing. It really is.
非常非常重要的议题。
Yeah, 我需要比较 like I like to joke and have fun, but this is a really serious topic. So 如果未来你考虑一下去美国注意这个 all right?
没错。
So African Americans is a very polite word. It's very safe. We could also say black people, but and 这个是奇怪，如果你说The blacks， 举例来说，你前面有一个 the， 然后你加一个颜色，特别就是加 s，it feels very, very, very bad. You should be very careful of this. The blacks, because it feels like you are stereotyping them. 请小心，这个不是骂脏话。But it is something very sensitive, and it can get you in trouble very easily.
没错。所以如果说今天要讲黑人的话 ，African American， 好，这个词的话是最适合而且最礼貌的。如果说 Black people， 有的人觉得哦，这是还可以的。但如果你用加 the， 再加上颜色像 black， 然后再加 s 这种说法的话，会把人家会听到人会觉得你好像把它归类成某一个族群，然后听起来很不好。很多时候，如果你提到这种 people of color， 就是有色人种的时候，这种议题真的要特别小心，知道他们怎么样说才不会冒犯到他们。
Yeah, and the reason why I want to tell you the blacks is offensive is because it's just the 还有一个颜色，还有一个 s。If you don't know the feeling, 这个可以很危险。Also, if you listen to hip hop music, 饶舌音乐 you know there's an N word that you can hear in music. 我不敢说 and you should never say it either. I promise you. 你去美国，你说这个 people will just punch you. I am not joking. I am 100% serious. Please do not use that word.
没错。好，我们也不会在这个地方去讲，但是你要小心。如果你知道，不要用。
If you know, you know. And don't use it.
没错。
Okay. Now, I don't like to be serious, but sometimes language has a lot of power. Words can be a weapon, and we need to know when that's true.
没错。
Okay. With that, let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll lighten it up and talk about some fun stuff. Let's go. Hey friends, welcome back to Enjoy English School. We're talking about Are You Canceled Too? When we're talking about cancel culture or boycotts, you might hear someone say, hit them in the pocket.
所以说如果今天提到这个杯葛这种感觉的话，也许你有机会听到人家讲说 hit somebody in the pocket.
That's right, because if you take your Trento, you take your fist, and you punch their face, well, you're going to go to jail, right? But if you hit someone in the pocket, this means you don't give them your money. You can force people to change if you stop buying their stuff because they'll say, oh my goodness, I will be poor, I will lose my business. They will say sorry, they will change. You hit them in the pocket, not in the face.
所以说今天你打人家脸的话，你会被抓进监狱去，对不对？但如果说 hit them in the pocket， 这个 pocket 只是口袋，如果去攻击的是他的口袋，就是他口袋里的钱，让他在钱方面会受到非常非常多的惩罚，这样对方就会说不好意思，真的是我当初太笨了，我不该这样做的，你就要机会改变他的行为。
Another important phrase is put your money where your mouth is. So everybody knows, quote unquote, talk is cheap. Anybody can say any big thing and sound super cool and important, but can you really do it? Can you spend your money to make this change? And that's a lot harder. A lot of people will say, give you money? So if you really believe in something, you can hit them in the pocket, or you can put your money where your mouth is. 可能你买另外一个品牌，还是你就是你给别人钱这样子。
没错，所以说如果说今天 put your money where your mouth is， 意思就是用你的行动来去支持你所说的话。比方说今天某一个品牌做了一个非常差的事情，然后大家就拒买那个品牌，即便它降价，即便它打折，你也不去买，那这代表是你用行动去支持说我不喜欢你用这种方式欺骗我们啊，我决定不买你的东西。
Let's continue to our final paragraph today. There are many different reasons why a group may want to cancel another person or company.
好，继续他就告诉你说 There are many different reasons why a group may want to cancel another person or a company. 好，如果说今天你要去取消某个人，或者是取消一个公司，好，这种情况下背后其实有很多种不同的原因。
It is most often done to call attention to something offensive, such as a racist comment.
好，接下来告诉你说 It is most often done. 好，通常会做这种事情，最重要的原因是 to call attention to something offensive. 好，通常是希望大家开始注意到某一种冒犯他人的行为 ，such as a racist comment. 尤其是那种种族歧视的言论。
Yeah, there was this famous pizza company in America called Papa John's, and they had this man, whatever his name was, and they caught him on the phone saying that.Remember in paragraph 2, I said there's that N-word you never should say? He was saying it over and over. And when he said sorry, he says, I'm trying very hard to stop using this word. Like, 你还是痛，你还是告诉我，你还是讲这个字很多次吗? I was even when he said sorry, he did a bad job of it. And I just said,原本事实上, I didn't buy his pizza a lot.But now I know I will never buy his pizza. I can't give someone like that my money. I canceled Papa John's because I just can't accept giving money to a person that says these horrible things about people just because of their skin color. No way.
没有错。所以老师就提到，在美国的一个知名连锁披萨店叫 Papa John's。Papa John's。然后它的话呢，本身就是有一个广告，然后非常非常。里面有用了很多这种歧视的言论，就到还惹了很大的风波。然后大家他来道歉的时候，居然还一直用那个字。
他说，嘿，我尝试一直不要说这个字。
不要说这个字。
为什么你还是说？
不要讲，你还讲，然后就还连道歉都道得不够好。所以到最后老师说，虽然他没有吃过这个披萨，但
不是没有吃过，我说我没有常吃这个披萨。But 他讲之后。真的现在 That's right. Dead.
没错。
Yeah, so I bought it sometimes. There, it was a little far for me. 我吃过几次 but 现在真的不会。
完全不吃。
So, that's right. The company ended up making him leave. That's right. So let's continue here. It can also be used as a way to teach the person a lesson or make them think about the consequences of their words or actions.
Yeah， 他就告诉你说 ，it can also be used， 好，它可以用来怎么样？用 cancel culture 的方式 as a way to teach the person a lesson. If you teach somebody a lesson， 就是让他学到教训，说你不能做这样的事情。Or make them think about the consequences of their words or actions. 至少让他们想想说，你这些言行背后所要负担的后果是什么？你这样子随口的乱说，或是随口的去歧视他人的话，我们会用一些方式来教训你。
All right, make sure you pick up your highlighter or red pen, underline, teach someone a lesson, and think about the consequences of your actions or words or actions.These are two very common things your teacher would tell you. If you're bad, they'll say, I want to teach you a lesson, or here are the consequences of your actions. These are two very common phrases in English when you do something bad.
没错。
Cancel culture is also used to hold people responsible and punish them.
好，最后告诉你说 ，cancel culture is also used to hold people responsible， 让他们负起责任。And punish them。好，他们的言行如果冒犯了他人或是歧视的话，他们必须要为他们的言行负责。你可以说 hold people responsible 好 for something。And punishment， punish 就是指去惩罚他们。
All right, let's get ready for vocab review. Okay, my friends, it is time for vocab review. Let's look at our 8 words today. Number 1, of course, is to cancel.
To cancel 就是取消。
Number 2, a term.
A term 就是词汇的意思。
A phrase, a meaning, a definition. Number 3, no longer.
No longer 就是不再做什么事情。
This is a little bit 正式. You don't say it every day. Number 4, to occur.
To occur 就是发生。
To happen. Number 5, to break up with somebody.
To break up with somebody 就是跟某人分手。
That's right. Number 6, to teach somebody a lesson.
Teach somebody a lesson 就是给他一个教训。
And number 7, to hold somebody responsible.
Hold somebody responsible 就是让他负起他该负的责任。
Number 8, to punish.
To punish 就是惩罚他们。
Okay, so this is a hot button topic. Have you tried to cancel anybody? Has anybody tried to cancel you? Do you think that cancel culture works? What about a good old-fashioned boycott? What do you think about these ideas? Tell us. Now, also, if you do tell us in the comments, please remember to be friendly. This is a very hot button topic. It's okay to disagree. Famously, Anthony and I, we agree on a lot of things.
Right.
Minnie and I actually disagree on a lot, and we're still, but the point is, we're still good friends.
Right.
Like, it's okay to disagree on things and still be totally good friends. Susang, a lot of my good friends, I don't agree with a lot of things they say, but we're still friends because it's okay. So, if you do see something that makes you mad, be nice.
Yeah, be nice.
All right, with that, for enjoying the school, share those comments. We always love to read them. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.